Hey, and welcome back to Bourbon Blind, where the guys drink what y'all pick without knowing what they're drinking. So tonight's bottle, I was going to do Maker's 46 versus Weller Special Reserve, but I can't find my regular Maker's 46. But what we do have is the two limited releases for 2021 and 2020. And I hope I had them on the right sides. I did. Cool. So we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. I have had the FAE. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. I don't know if I've had the SE4-PR5, but I'm super excited. So we're going to do those instead. Sorry, guys. So I guess it's what I picked tonight. That's what happens when you can't find a bottle. We have 850 bottles, I think, and I couldn't find anything. So we're going to do this. As always, the guys are going to drink the whiskey in their glass without knowing what it is. They're going to give you a price point and flavor profiles that they get on it, and without knowing what the label is, which is kind of fun. So with that, if you like what you see tonight, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. If you want to go hang out, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We're in all. Our Facebook group, I'm actually thinking, is kind of a little bit special. It's just bourbon 24/7, no drama. Absolutely love it. Besides that, I want to thank all of our Patreon viewers, and as promised, I'm going to try and not butcher your guys' names. So I'd like to give a huge shout out to Bobby. I got my Engle wrong. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Bobby, Daniel Johns, James, Ellen Mayer, Edelmayer, James Edelmayer, Peter Hendrickson, Roscoe Jenkins, Ryan Brown, Laura Webb, Mike Heron, Wendell Cage, Justin Jenkins, Tyler Winsher, Jay Words, Evan Malinowski, Brian, Michael Clark, Nick Combs, and Steven Scheidels. So, tell me how badly I butchered your name this week. Hopefully did a little bit better than last week, but I'm really bad with pronouncing names. I can barely pronounce my own husband's name, let alone my own.
Let's do a thing.
Let's get it on.
I mean, the camera's up and running. We got good lighting. This is all fucked, like both sides.
Yes, that's not pretty, but sorry guys. So anyway, I'm Kyle.
I'm Nick.
We drink whiskey. We give you a price tag and not a rating system.
No label hype.
No label hype. No hype of the label.
So, doing a double header. So the outside glasses that Kyle and I have picked up are for the gold bag. Inner glasses for the red bag.
Right.
So let's see what this is. Let's see what Aaron has poured us as the head-to-head.
On the nose on this one.
Sir.
Like I was saying, on the nose on this one is fantastic.
Yeah, that's good.
Brown sugar, caramel,
Like a
chocolate.
Yeah, like that. All the dark sweetness that's in there,
and like a dark chocolate, not even like a dark chocolate.
like a dark caramel, not like the
right.
like the light caramel, like a nice dark like homemade caramel,
Molasses, chocolate cake.
Like a blueberry cobbler.
A little bit of oak in there.
Not like it smells like blueberry.
Just all the darkness. Mm-hmm. All the darkness.
And what I mean by when I say like a blueberry cobbler is blueberry cobblers have like that darkened caramelized sugar sweetness to it.
You mean like a cobbler?
But it's not. I'm picking up like some fruit on here.
No, I can totally get with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to get in here.
Sure. That was good.
More of that darkness.
Yep.
Molasses.
A little bit of oak.
Red fruit. Leather. A little bit of drying.
Almost like a tobacco.
Do we say oak?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
Oak. Yeah. Tobacco. Leather. Dark fruit. Molasses. Yeah.
That's pretty. This is kind of a special.
I'm going to try this one.
Yeah. That's definitely that's a good one.
Lighter on the nose.
Definitely lighter on the nose. Pleasing. but lighter.
Summer fruit.
Absolutely.
Peaches, pears.
A lighter sweetness. Much lighter. Like
Yeah.
a brown sugar. But like the lighter brown sugar.
There is a light brown sugar. Yeah. No, there definitely
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. No, that's...
Caramel apple.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. With that pear apple...
Maybe a little bit of like vanilla frosting.
We can see that. That like creamy sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely more of that creaminess.
Yeah, not lighter on the... A little. It's lighter than this on the palate, but not...
Not by a lot.
No, like it's...
Like it's like a...
creamy.
Like a homemade vanilla frosting, not like a store-bought vanilla frosting.
Yeah, for sure. My wife wouldn't let me touch the store-bought anyway.
Right. Super creamy, sweet.
Like a buttercream.
Yeah. That's good.
More of that like I would say like a dark brown sugar. Mm-hmm. Not quite a molasses, but
No.
dark brown sugar. Mm-hmm. More oak.
I'm getting like a different cobbler on this. Like a peach cobbler though on this one. Like blueberry darker.
I'm getting more, almost like more tobacco on this.
I can see that.
Like a good cigar tobacco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like a leather, but lighter.
Right.
Like not as strong on the palate, lighter, not like a light
fresh leather.
Yeah.
Like,
not like an aged leather. That was definitely like an aged leather.
Yeah.
Dried tobacco leaf. This one's almost like a fresher tobacco leaf that's not totally dried and a fresh leather. This has some similar darkness to the first one, but like a fresher version of that darkness.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I'm gonna put my foot up on the bar, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with my fat being fat. So, suck it. I don't want to do that.
I don't care. It's for science.
No,
it's for the people.
No, I don't want
It's
to.
for the
I don't
people.
want to.
It's for the
I don't
people.
want to.
Evidently, only one of us cares about you guys. And it's
I'm
not.
doing this head versus head.
And I'm gonna do water in the other one too. On the nose of the water, a lot more tobacco, leather.
Man, that's good.
More like oakiness on the nose. A lot of sweetness is kind of pared down. It's there, but it's pared down.
They're both just super good.
On the palate with the water, same thing. A lot of that sweetness is pared down, still kind of there. More of that oak, leather, tobacco, kind of drying. Still good, but not nearly as enjoyable as without.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
More creamy.
Yeah, no, definitely
like I said,
creamier.
more leather, more oak, more tobacco, more.
The sweetness
Maybe
is
not
there.
tobacco, but
The sweetness is there, but it's pared back a decent amount.
definitely leather and oak for sure. I'm trying to figure out which one I like more.
Yeah, that's a hard choice. 'Cause they're both good, and in similar ways good.
Right, like they're similar, but also different. Don't do it.
Try
Okay,
it.
I won't do it. This is me not doing it.
Just real acid. Real acidic.
Oh,
Yeah, real acidic water. That might make it worse. Oh, God. There's not a good answer.
okay. I know what I'm gonna rate them.
Okay.
So inside and outside.
Okay. So much better without the water.
Okay.
So good.
So inside. For you guys.
Okay, so I'm ranking this one over that one.
Outside versus over inside?
Yeah. Gold over red. Outside versus inside. I'm going to give the outside, the gold bag, 90 to $100.
Okay. And I would say I'm in these, or not I'm in these. I would say they're both probably in that like 110 proof range, 105, 115.
Yeah, definitely the 100, 110 range for sure. They're both really, without the water, they're both pretty complex.
Yeah.
They both got a
for
lot
sure.
going on, both on the nose and on the palate.
And this would totally come down to personal preference.
Absolutely.
If you didn't like the darker bourbon as much, this inside one would be your jam.
Yeah. It's still dark, but not as dark as the outside one, which is chown.
Right. So you said $100 on that one.
Yeah, 90 to $100, and I'm like 75, $80 on the other one.
Okay.
So obviously I like both of them.
Right. I'm in the same boat as you, except a little bit more. I really like them. I pay 120.
Okay. So similar price gap.
Yeah. Same range, same.
Right.
And maybe I'm trying to justify to myself because I just spent more than a crap ton on bourbon when I went to Elixir.
That's the dangerous thing about Elixir is that Tarok will get you.
Yeah. Cost of admission is about 1 to 2 bottles per hour. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, you want to do that one, and I'll do this one.
I do.
And we can do a thing. Ba-ba-da-da.
Ready?
Yep. I'm gonna grab it. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
FAE-01.
SE4-PR5. So this is the 2020 limited release. This is the 2021 limited release. That means we liked this year's better than last year's.
And last year's still really good.
And last year's was still really good.
I still gave that more than I paid for any of the bottles of SE4-PR5 that I bought last year. I paid
so retail
60,
on these is
60
what?
to $65.
Oh,
yeah,
so retail's about 60, maybe 70.
$60 to $70 is retail.
Which, for a limited once-a-year release, is more than fair.
Especially with how good they are. So the FAE-01 is 110.6 proof, and the stave profile is 10 virgin toasted American oak staves.
And this is 110.8 proof, a marriage of virgin toasted American and French oak staves.
Yeah.
So when you go do a barrel pick at Maker's Mark, we'll just use that as a baseline because that's a good.
Right.
It's the same
process.
process.
How they do it.
Yeah. They give you a barrel. You don't get to select a barrel. They give you a barrel. Mm-hmm. And then they have 5 different oak staves that you can choose from. And you can get up to 10 staves total. Any combination, you can get all 10 on one. You can do 2 of each. Totally up to you. And they have like little droppers. It's like a 6 or 7 hour process, which sounds super fun.
Yeah, I would love to do a maker's pick so much.
Yeah,
absolutely. We should see if we can get a maker's pick.
We should see if we can get a maker. So these are their once-a-year releases, and actually, this year is going to be 2. There's going to be an FAE-01 and an FAE-02.
And I have never been happier.
So actually, I do know about you, and I know you feel much the same way that I do. Mm-hmm. These limited releases, people chase them from Buffalo Trace and Four Roses, Heaven Hill, Maker's Mark, whatever, right?
Right.
And people always ask me like, oh, what are you really excited about this year? And this year, my answer was this. I had never tasted it before, but the last few years that they've been doing these, since the, PR6?
RC6.
RC6, thanks.
Which I went through like 5 or 6 bottles of. And I don't feel bad about it because they were friggin' delicious.
Yes, they're so
Same
good.
Same thing with that one. I've been through 4 bottles of SE4-PR5. And
they're just fantastic.
So good.
They're a reasonable price.
Oh yeah, they're relatively attainable.
Yeah, they're not super hard to find.
Right.
They're not easy. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but it's not like trying to find a bottle of Pappy or even George T. Stagg.
Right, or like the William LaRue Weller or Eagle Rare 17, any of the BTAC stuff.
I would say this is even easier to get than the Four Roses limited edition, which I think there's about similar numbers.
Yeah. But it's almost like less people go out hunting for this stuff than they do the other things. Which, keep doing that. Keep not looking for it because thank you.
Right? Yeah. Maker's Mark has done a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
We reviewed some of their other ones. I'll forget to put them up here. And they're just so good. Pretty much anything they've put out that's not the standard Maker's Mark, I'm a fan of.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The 46, awesome. 46 cast strength, really awesome.
101?
Fucking fantastic.
If you haven't had Maker's 101, it's not quite allocated. But they do limited numbers of it.
Right.
But it is unreal levels of good.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
I would say if you went to 4 or 5 stores,
it's not expensive. It's like $40 or $50.
Yeah.
For the Maker's 101.
Yeah.
Maker's cast strength is really good. A lot of the store picks, the private selects are really good.
Yeah. Some of them I do find a little hot.
Right.
On the store picks.
Some of them. And that could entirely be the person that picked the store pick just likes that profile better.
Right.
You know?
But, no, Maker's Mark, keep doing what you're doing. They are absolutely knocking it out of the park. Yeah. These yearly releases are by far some of my favorite of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, without a doubt. The Maker's yearly releases are some of my most looked forward to bottles. Period.
Yeah.
Like, I look forward to these more than I look forward to B-Tech.
Right.
Because I know I can get a handful of these bottles.
Which is exciting.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like, I'm basically at the point that I just stopped looking for B-Tech. Because it's made of unobtainium.
I would say if you have to know when it's released. Mm-hmm. If you're not out that day, like within 24 hours, you can just go ahead and forget it.
Right. Or even within like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like if you're not at the store before like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, at some stores, not all of them.
Yeah. You get out like towards the boonies, you got a little leeway. If you're in a major city, if you're not there when the truck's there, you can forget it.
Right. Or a few hours before the truck's there in some places that I've seen that people are lined up like 2 days before the truck shows up. Because somebody heard from somebody that knows the owner that the truck with the B-Tech stuff's going to be there on the 15th at 9 a.m. And
they know someone at the distribution center. Like,
right. Yeah. Something. And it's like, I could walk in. I know 2 stores where this is sitting right now. It's over retail, and honestly, I'm fine with paying over retail for this.
Yeah. I think I paid $80 for that one.
No problem with that. Mm-mm.
Not upset.
No problem with that.
No. And some of the pricing, too, is like, you said you would pay $80 for this one. Mm-hmm. But if you walked in the store and you didn't have a bottle and they had it marked for $85,
I'd pay that $85.
Because some of that is the availability.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, okay, so 4 Roses small batch. You can go in the store and get that
by the case.
Anytime. Yeah.
By the case.
By the case.
And it's good.
It is good.
Yeah. Small batch selection is better, but small batch is still really good.
Yeah. But if that was over retail, like if I walked in a store and they had it over retail and I didn't have any, I wouldn't buy it.
No.
Just because I know I can get it anywhere.
Right.
So that does affect pricing.
Sure. Of course it does.
But absolutely.
But stuff like this,
not mad one bit.
That I know is not going to be a letdown. I know it's not going to be a letdown.
Right.
Even if I've never had it. Before this came out, when I got the email from Maker saying they were doing 2 and, you know, said a little bit about each one, I knew that I was like, okay, I don't care what retail is. If it's within 20%, 25% of retail, I'll pay it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be good. That the likelihood of them having multiple years of releases that were mind-blowingly good and then coming out with one that was hot garbage was really unlikely. Because that's one thing I will say about Makers is that their more limited stuff is pretty consistently good.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And I would say if it had been like halfway through the year, right, and I couldn't find it, been searching all over, couldn't find it, and I walked in a store and they had that for $100, yeah, I'd pay it.
Yeah, all day long.
I know retail $60, I'd pay $100 for it.
Yeah. I said I'd pay $100 for it, and I'd pay $100 for it.
Yeah.
Once you get past that like $120 mark, like it starts to lose some of its value to me as a drink. At
that point, like if it was a year later and you still could never find it, couldn't taste it,
and it was on the shelf for $120, okay, it's a year past when it was made.
At that point, you're probably not going to come across another bottle.
Right. Exactly. So like once it gets past a certain point, when it comes out in spring of 2021. And you're now in late spring of 2022. It's been a year and change since that bottle came out. The fact that it's on the shelf is A, unicorn.
Right.
B, I almost don't care what they're asking. Like,
right.
As long as it's not like $500, I might pay it. Like, if they're asking $150, $160 for it, I'd be like, I mean, okay.
Like, I really don't want to, but at the same time, like, I've been looking for it for over a year.
Right.
So, but no, Maker stuff, they're doing an amazing job. You know who else is doing an amazing job? Patreon members.
Smack!
Ooh! Suck it, Linus.
Segway Kings. Right
Segway Kings. I feel like we should be riding segways during the segue.
Yeah.
So,
You should buy segways with Bourbon Blind money.
I don't
That
think
way
they'd
we can do
appreciate
it.
that.
That way I could ride around and be like, Segway.
I don't think they'd appreciate that. But no, your Patreon money goes back into the show. It goes into studio equipment. It goes into
It's helped
bottles.
with the cedar tops on the bar. It's
God,
helped
yes.
with the backdrop. And it has made this the enjoyable experience for all of us that it is.
For real. And
Countertops here in a
got
couple
delivered.
of days. Oh,
should be here
my.
tomorrow, hopefully. So, yeah. Anyway, absolutely love you guys. If you made it this far on the show, I feel like you need something better to do with your life. But, you know.
But glad you're here. Please don't leave. We
Yeah.
get lonely.
If you're still here, put hashtag boom sauce in the comments.
Hashtag boom sauce in the comments.
And maybe we'll do like a little giveaway, like a little sample giveaway or something.
Oh.
Because I want to know who's made it this far in the video.
Yeah.
So,
You know who else I'd like to know how far they make it?
who?
People in Bourbon Blind Nation.
Ooh! The nation.
Or
The nation.
are they making it to the end of our TikToks? Because check it out, we've got some good ones. We just posted
Weller
up
Wednesday.
a Weller Wednesday that
Well, Wednesday, y'all.
it is so good.
Our TikTok is so less serious than...
Yeah. Not that this is super serious,
Right.
but like bring us down like 4 notches, and that's TikTok.
Yeah.
The fact that we aren't shirtless on there
Some,
is
like-
surprising.
Like, frat college boys? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm Chad, he's Dylan.
right? So, anyway, appreciate you guys. And until Friday noon Central next week, cheers and drink blind.
Drink makers. Bow, 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 bow.
We want to give a huge shout out to all of our Patreon people. Absolutely thank you. You guys are freaking magical. T-shirts at Teespring, link in the description.
Also, thank you to anyone who has ever supported us, whether that's either coming on a live, chit-chatting with us on a Thursday night, or if you just like to watch our episodes, we appreciate every one of you.
Until Friday noon Central next